Hello, welcome to another Retainer Designer live stream. I'm going to see if this works. I'm not sure if it's going to do it, but as a continuation of my kind of series regarding this Bender-MAX from DenckOrtho, I want to actually make a retainer. So today we're going to actually have this bend labial bow, 2 Adams clasp, and then I'm going to take it into the lab and I'm going to bend it or adapt it to the model, see how long it takes me to adapt it to the model, if this will actually save time in doing retainers, if this will actually help me. Now, I've already designed the wires, and I did the test print because I didn't want anything to go bad on the on the live stream. This is hard to do on a live stream. Oh, I'm getting feedback from, okay, let me check. Thanks, Steve. Let's see. Hello. Okay, I don't know if... oh, here. I think that's it. Sorry, let me know if the feedback is still there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what I did on the wire bending software. So let's do this. Oh, I got a thumbs up from Steve. All right. All right, so here is my software. And I have AI generated labial bow. It just took me a couple seconds. And then I went in there and I moved some stuff around. It automatically puts bends in here, one going this way and one going this way. And that's usually just to help with the bending position. So I didn't want to take I didn't want it like that. I wanted to do my own bends in the acrylic. So I just clicked here and then I use my WSD keys and you can move them around. So once you get done editing and I raised this side a little bit, it didn't look even to me, but I think the occlusal plane is a little off anyway. And then what I do is I click on editing is complete and it's calculating. And it will warn you if there's going to be like a collision or something's not going to work. So I didn't get any errors, so let's hide this. So let's start bending, which is this button over here. So let's go full screen here. Oh, I just hit it with my chair. So it's doing the loop now. It'll show you the actual speed of this actually bending. Amy, how you doing? Hey, this is my first live stream in a long time. I don't think I did any in July. They were all pre-recorded because I was talking with Dr. Neil, and he's an orthodontist in Shanghai. And sometimes our internet connection's not so good. I'm going to close this lid real quick because I don't want this thing to snap. Or I don't want it, it'll shoot off. And sometimes I've lost a wire before. And then it's going to cut it. And... there we go, we got it. I'm going to leave it in. It usually is supposed to drop into this thing, but it didn't do it that time. All right, let's do those Adams clasp. Okay, so editing is complete on that. I'm going to go click on this over here, the upper left Adams clasp. Oh, I think the software froze up. Wonderful. All right, so Control Alt Delete. That's probably not a good sign, or I've got too many things running on this computer probably. Oh, okay. It moved it. Okay. It wasn't frozen. It had a little um, thing that moved over. It has a bending complete, and it moved it over to in front of my other computer. So I have two monitors here, and it moved it over here, and I didn't see it. So sometimes that's tricky. All right, so let's do left Adams class again. This makes it sharp bends. I straightened them, and then oh, you can't see this. Here's the Adams clasp, and usually this makes a right angle bends here, but I fixed those, made them straight so I could do my little curly cues that I like to do on the ends. And this looks pretty decent. I guess I could drop that down a little bit. Let's see. And let's drop this down a little bit. You gotta look at it from all angles. And I'll put this inside where I think it'll get the best retention. But what I usually do is I can do that, and I can drop it using my key W, like I'm a gamer. Speaking of gamers, my son Beckett is helping me today. He's monitoring the other computer, so whenever we'll switch here in a minute. So I did editing, so that has it confirm it. So now I'm going to start bending. See if I can get a good shot of that. The best part about this wire bender is that real sharp bend it does right there. And I don't think many wire bending units can do, I think it's a 20-degree bend. So it makes really good looking Adams clasp for a wire bender. Yep, and so it fell in there with the other one. So let's do the last one, and then we'll see how they fit on the model. Okay, so I'm going to, oh, here we go. I knew to look for that thing to click. Okay, so what a box pops up and says wire bending complete, and so I have to click that before I can move to the next stage. So we'll just hurry up and print this one. Ooh, that looks weird. So let's fix that. Move that over. These purple things mean that the length is too short for the bender arm. So if I hit the letter T, it takes care of that. And we'll move some bend points around. So I got this buried into the, let me zoom out so I can see the level of this. There we go. All right. And then it's got a little weird bend there. But like I said, it was like a right angle, and I was going to have to unstraighten that anyway. And I like them a little bit longer so I can cut them. So I'm going to hit the letter T again, and we're going to do editing complete, and we're going to see if it, yep, no error. So let's bend it. And then go to let me get a close up. Watch it hit the camera and scratch the lens. So this is my first time actually trying to make a retainer. I don't know how far we'll get. I want to get at least to the acrylic stage, but the big point I'm trying to make here is, does this save me time bending wires? All right, so I have these, and I'm going to put them in my pan right here, and let's see if I can do this. Okay, so I have a pan. This is how I always envisioned it, and I'm gonna put the wires in the pan, and then I take it back there. So Beckett, come switch with me. Okay, so I'm back here, and the chair's still warm from Beckett sitting on it. But I have already prepped the model. I want it to, you know, make this go as smooth as possible so you're not sitting here waiting. Now, what I could have done is probably prep it while I'm waiting on the thing to bend wires. Oh, okay, here we go. After the machine bends, can you apply acrylic or do you have to modify the wire? You have to modify the wire. It's not 100% perfect. I don't know of any machine out there that's 100% perfect. So that's where I'm testing. We're going to see how much I have to modify it. If it takes just as long to modify these wires as it does other things, as it does to just bend it all the way. So let's see. I got my thing here. Do I have a... Yes, I do. Okay. So I have a model here. And it's already prepped. Get this out of the way. Well, I guess I'll just put it on here. So this is the model that was in that software. I had downloaded just the raw file. And here we go. It's a little tight. But let's bend it out like this. There we go. Oh, that's kind of nice. Now, this is a little high on this side, but I guess it was like that in the software. But let's... So this is real life. I don't like this bend here, and I could probably fix that in the software. And then if I saw this, I probably could have dropped this down in the software on this side. Let's get some pliers in here. If you hear a lot of birds out there, it is feeding time for them, and they are yelling at me to hurry up. Let's see, I got some 3 prongs here. So this is 032 wire that I'm bending. I think I can undo this bend a little bit. Yeah, it's not touching there. So I think it's not. It kind of overbent the labial bow. Or it was pushed into the digital model somewhere and I didn't catch it. All right, so let's cut the wire here. Get those, I like to make them even. That still doesn't look even. All right, and then I'm gonna make my curly, my little teardrop. I like. You can put whatever you want on there. Steve Zara, he does zigzags. Perry, I don't know what you do. And Amy, I don't know if y'all put loops or zigzag or, you know, Z. Oh, this one is longer. I'm gonna cut this. But theoretically, I mean, if you're not particular about this part of your wire bending, you could just let it do what the machine does default. Oh, okay. Thanks for doing the video. Doing this video. These videos sure beats the salesperson saying, yes, it can get a question, but this truly is a live action. Boom. Yes, this is true. And I'm the same way. You know, you can have a salesperson all day long say, oh yeah, I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that. But it's not exactly how you would do it in the lab. So I agree. These are, and that's why I wanted to do these types of videos, is just to show it in real life. real action. So yeah, I still, maybe if I unbend that a little bit. So could I have bent a labial bow in this time? Maybe not. It still feels like I'm beating the system a bit. But if you think about it, you know, my son Sawyer, who's doing all these models, and Beckett, they learn this software. They're instant wire benders, and all I have to do is come in and QC what they've done. Yeah, that's still too tall. I didn't catch that in the software. I'm going to have to go back and look and see, you know, why that one is so high. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm getting picky. So, but if this thing can bend it, it's almost like preformed labial bows. Have y'all seen those? It's kind of like that, but they're like more customized per model. And it'll get you really close to being done. And then all you have to do is just finish out, tweak it or whatever. A lot of this I could do after in QC if the labial bow is short on one side. But let's do the Adams clasp. Let's start with this side. And I noticed this before. It does seem to flare out one side a little bit more than the other. So I'm going to try to see which side. I'm going to just squeeze this together like this. Oh yeah, that did pretty good. Where are my favorite 3 prongs? Beckett, what'd you do with them? I left them on the QC table. I know I did. Yep. I need to get a duplicate set of my pliers. So I'm going to put a bend there. I'm going to undo this bend because it seems a little excessive. But it's, you know, as a wire bender, I think you're pretty good at that software because you can, as long as you can learn the software, I think you can get really good at it. Because you can start seeing exactly where you want. So that wasn't bad. You know, I guess I could have compared it to a preformed one of these Adams clasp. So let's do the other side. You know, a lot of this adjustment is software specific. Like I could do when I get better with the software. A lot of this adjustment, you know, can I train my kids to have these bent exactly how I want them? I know, Steve, your daughter, you trained her in the lab, and of course she's probably talented. Didn't take much training, but I don't know. Does she do the wire bending too? So I'm going to go ahead and do my little teardrop loop. And I've debated this a lot, you know, if I'd get this machine. And just so y'all know, this isn't my machine. It's a demo unit from a company called Softer Clear, who is a partner with DenckOrtho. And I will be probably sending this back, unless I decide to just buy it from them. So this is a non-biased review because I don't own this machine. But I did want to give a real life demonstration of this. Now I wish I would have made that one longer. See how short it is. Again, this is probably some problems only I have because I like to put those loops in there. But it marks my wires as my wires. It looks like this side over here is short and this side over here is long. All right, so let's, but I feel like this is pretty good. I guess I could have widened that more. That one's not bad either. Let me wax this down before I fling them off. Now, I did not do the model part where it has the snaps. When I get this in the pressure pot, I'll pull out one of those models. And it was the previous video that we did that had the... ooh, got a little burnt piece of wax in there. But the previous video that I just did, talking about the software. I do not have a knife. Yes, I do. Okay. Now that I look, I think I need to sink that down more. Oh, my wife's out there feeding. Hey, Beckett. Yeah? Translate that last text for me. That last message or comment. Putting some wax on here. Wax on here. All right, now, looking at this, this didn't seem to take too long. Okay,
so the guy's saying good evening, everyone.
Huh?
The guy's saying good evening, everyone.
Oh, he's saying good evening. Okay.
Yeah, and then I think that last part, like after the comment is...
Where he's from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Looks like a Brazilian flag, if I'm not mistaken. So, hello, good evening. Carlos. All right, Perry, can we back up? Do you have to draw the whole item, or is it preformed patterns, or both? There is preformed patterns. And so when I get in the pressure pot, I'll switch with Beckett again. I'll show you the preformed patterns. We'll do that. So let's get this in the pressure pot. Now, okay, I was going to review this a little bit. So we have, I would like to have changed that a little bit. And again, this is probably a learning curve on my part. But I think it did a really good job. Now, the Adams clasp are 032, so they don't fit as well as like 028 Adams clasp. But I don't mind making them thick like that. They'll probably be more retentive. So let's go with, what color we want to do, Beckett? Grass green. Apple green. No, I don't have much of that. I don't have much of grass green either. I don't know why I was going for green. Let's just go with, let's just do basic pink. All right. So this can be, I was really trying to get a good timing. Maybe I'll do this again, and we'll try start to finish with hand bending and start to finish with machine bending, and we could see how that goes, and just compare, do the same model. So maybe I'll do a recording of doing the hand bending, and just maybe stop the time once I get everything waxed or in the pressure pot, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of some good tests to do, and Perry, especially you might come up with some good tests that you'd be interested in seeing. Again, I haven't been able to use this. This is a demo unit. It's got demo wire in it, which is self-straightening wire. It's not available in the U.S., so I just don't want to use it on U.S. patients. I don't have. I think it's only available in Europe right now. I don't know if it's a patent pending or FDA, waiting for FDA or what it is. Just to be safe, I'm not gonna. This is a real patient that I'm doing a repair on, and so I'm just gonna reuse the model. The wires are already bent. I'm just going to strip them off and use them again, so it wasn't any wasted effort on my part. But I did demo a software parry that you did have to draw, but it was like you had to set the plane of occlusion and some certain points, and then it would do its thing. It would draw it on there. That was for the Pinsa Labs wire bending unit, which was a neat unit. It does the big coils of wire like that's on this machine, and it does straight wire like if you use straight pieces of wire. Now, DenckOrtho is coming out with a Bender-S, and it will bend straight wire. So the same wire, this stuff, so it'll bend that same wire. Right now it's just it's just Dentarum wire, but those that you're sitting there, I'm going to try to ship to Dr. Neal, and he's going to do some research so that I can use my JBC wire. So I don't have to order special wire for the wire bender that's separate from the wire that I bend regular retainers, because this won't bend everything, but it will bend basic shapes. So it does a wraparound. It does a wraparound soldered, or it does the Adams clasp, wraparound to Adams clasp, and it does a Nance at this point. Steve, I did send those pictures that you sent me for that bonded RPE wires. I did send those, and he's going to work on getting those programmed in. So while I'm here, let's see, do I have those? So another experiment I would like to do is, these are some models that Dr. Neal took to the conference as an example, but you notice it has these little pegs that hold the Adams clasp and C clasp in place. So and the labial bow. So it kind of see, there's one here, if you can see that, and it clamps in and holds it in. You don't have to wax it. Or maybe you just wax it, but less. So it's just like one less step. And it also does let's see, here's an upper. But this is how it comes out, with the arm going forward in here. And again, this needs to be adjusted there and there. But you can see where it has, now it does the undercuts. And there's a good example of the Adams clasp holding it into place. So this is the software that this is all the same software. So you can bend the wire, and then you can do model export, and it will take where your Adams clasp are, and it will do the grooves for you digitally. And then you can do the labial bow, and it can put these little I don't know what you call them, little holding tabs on there, and that way you can hold the wire, and it does the undercut, and it does the basing, and it does some marking and stuff. I didn't do it on this one. I was just doing, because I already had model already printed. But here is the, I don't know if this is for this doesn't look like it's for this model. But here is a wraparound. Actually, it looks like it's for the lower. Maybe for this lower. This bag has gotten jumbled up. It kind of does. Oh yeah, here we go. That is this. So see, it just snaps right. Why can't you see that? Oh, I'm right here. So it's this lower. You can see it just kind of, it just needs to be adjusted a little bit, and it snaps into those little tabs there. So I'll have to get used to that, but it leaves you plenty of room. But this would save tons of time, the wire bending on that. Hey Steve, we love your videos. You do quite the job. And did y'all know that he bends his labial bows in 036? So that was another thing he wanted to know about this wire bender, was can it do 036 wire? And I believe it can. You may have to change out the internal components, but that straight wire bender, I think it'll do 3 sizes without having to change out the tooling. And I believe it's 028, 030, and 032, or it may be 030, 032, 036. I can't remember exactly, but it's 3 of those wires, which is nice. So Beckett will switch back and we'll answer Perry's question. And okay, let me share this. Oh, there's Becky. That's not what I want. This. No, I don't. Beckett probably don't want to be in there. Let's just go full screen here. Okay, so here is the, oh, bending is complete. Okay. There we go. So what I did, without having to import another model, I'm going to do this over here. Let's do return. And let's do, okay, let's do a welded Hawley retainer. And let's go upper, and let's do the soldered labial bow. And so it's going to ask you the parameters. Now this wire brand, see, it's that wire that's in there. So if you had different types of wire, you would choose this menu of what type of wire in there. And then here's the wire size. Now it's in millimeters, so it's 032, which is 0.8 millimeters. And then the lingual height and all this stuff, I'll show you a little bit. So you click this, and it automatically generates it. So it's just that quick. And so, as you can see, it even makes a little space for the Adams clasp. If I do this, it may, oh no, that's, I didn't want, what, here. Now it's showing the labial bow because it's still in there. So, but you can see how close this gets in there. So so it allows for welding to the Adams clasp. But yeah, it pops right into existence. Let's undo this, and you can, so this you can adjust over here on this thing, and say you want smaller loops, and it does both sides. So they're both, let's see if I can get it where they're both in the picture. Let's go with the biggest loop. So it makes a big loop. So you can just choose the loop, and now they're locked together. So if you want to adjust something, let's see if I do this. Yeah, the whole loop goes together. But as you mess with it, it's going to cause problems everywhere else. So if this was, let's say you want your labial bow to go higher. Well, obviously, I'm not doing that. There we go. It's terrible. Can I undo? Yeah, I'm going to undo all that. Yeah. So the Control Z is undo. So that is it. That's the let's bend that. What do you say? All right. Yeah. See, we all love each other. That was a weird thing to say, but so to bend it, I'm going to say editing is complete, and it's going to calculate, and mainly, so it's saying the distance between 2 points is too small. So right here, it's saying it's too small. So I'm going to click on it and hit T, and then I'll calculate again, and it looks good. Now there is a, if you go return, wires to be bent. Okay, so here's the start bending process. And then Beckett, if you'll hit that aux button on the top row. Oh, that's not even in the... All right. Making a weird noise. What'd you drop in there? So you can see where this thing, when it's folding back on itself, it can actually interfere and hit this. And so that's where when you click editing is complete, it analyzes each bend and makes sure that it does not interfere with any other part. Let's see. Oh, it did it the right way. So there we go. That is a completed. Let's see how it fits on the model real quick, and then we'll end it there. Oh, here, let's answer this question real quick. So if you could catch your mistakes on screen, it would transfer to a perfect wire. Yes, yes, that's exactly it. So a lot of those mistakes I was catching, I was like, if I would have caught that, I probably could have adjusted it. So if I go back, let's see if I can go back to that one thing. Oh, bending is complete. So let's go back here and go to, is it this one that I didn't like? So like I thought this could have done better. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to use my WSD keys. I'm going to widen that. I like it a little wider. And I'm going to go down into the gum tissue a little bit. And so you can see I'm just using my keyboard to move that where I want it. Like I would like this bent better. But again, if you crash into the model too much, then it's not going to fit very well, unfortunately. But if I move that over using my keys, and yeah, so then I would adjust it, and that, yeah, it would make the perfect wire. So it depends on your digital person. So it was a good question. So let's go pull that out of the pressure pot. And let's go see if this is pretty close. Okay, switch to this one. The aux. Good job. My next test should be get Beckett or Sawyer in here and have them have a go on that wire bending software. You think you could be able to do that, Beck?
Sure.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to check this very well. I was hoping to check it with the Adams class. Actually, I think I did bend some test Adams class, I'll go get those. Okay, Beck, I'll sit there, and you can go back up to the front.
All right.
Okay, we got our retainer here. I'm not going to worry about trimming and stuff. That really wasn't what this live stream was about. But let's check this. Yeah, it looks a little tight. I think I might need some calibration, but I think I can just widen that a bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's see if I can find those Adams clasps. This is going to be a little hard. So I did print. See, it's hard. I feel like I'm saying printing wires, but I did pre-bend some wires. I didn't test them on the model though. So it's like the labial bows are a little too constricted this way, and these are a little flared out. So one is flared in and one's flared out. So this looks like it's pretty close to what we had before. I kind of want to straighten that out. This is weird bending an 032 Adams clasp. So now the moment of truth is, can this drop? Yeah, I think it's going to take a little bit of adjustment, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. It just needs to go out a little bit. And this needs to go out a little bit. Almost like that. There we go. That's pretty close. If I'd spend some time and get these Adams clasp right and then wax it down, then we do that. Then we can get that on there. Let's see. Maybe it's how you should proceed via wire. Find the mistakes on the physical wire. Go back to the screen, readjust, reprint it 3 times. Until you have the perfect wire. How many times do you have to actually do this in real life? Throw the wire away and rebend it. Well, that one we bent those fresh, then I adjusted them live, and that's how long it took me to adjust. Now again, like I said, trying to perfect the wire in the software, that's probably, I need to get better at the software. But getting the wires to adapt to the model, if you're an experienced wire bender, it shouldn't take too long. It's just like, it's almost like when you get done with your labial bow that you're bending anyway, that you were going to bend by hand, and you're just doing some final adjustments to it. And that seems to be what it was. Again, it was a little tight, but maybe that's how you should proceed via wire. Find the mistakes on the physical wire, go back to the screen, adjust. Yeah, that would be a great training process, is try to put it on there, and I bet you could get good at that software real fast. So that's a really good idea. If I'm spelling this out right, and that is to design in the software, print or bend, and then go to the model, see where it needs to be fixed, go back and fix what on the software, rebend, come back, and just keep doing that until you know exactly the idiosyncrasies, if that's the right word, of the bender. Okay, we're going to end it there, and I want to thank y'all for joining me on this experiment that we had, and appreciate y'all joining in. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'll be happy to ask them. If you're interested in that machine, you could email Dr. Neil directly, and I think I have it in here. That is a $30,000 wire bending machine. But if you say you saw it in one of my videos, he'll give you $5,000 off, and it's $25,000 for the machine. And the software is free. So the software, pretty good for being free software, and you don't have to pay a yearly renewal fee on that. So a lot of, but there's a lot that goes into the software. So I know they got to pay their programmers and stuff. But for right now, what he said was the software is free. You don't have to pay for it. So anyway, check that out. You can email him at DenckOrtho@gmail.com, and he'll get back to you, and you can go from there. And again, there'll be more videos coming out in the future on this as I do different experiments, and I'll bring y'all along for the ride. So until then, there's a couple more questions. Have a great evening, everyone. And say hello to Pete. Have we heard Pete Beckett? He got fed. Pete got fed, so we probably didn't hear him. But just in case. Oh man, my banner didn't work. There he is. There's Pete. So, Dr. Neil, if Cade sells 5, he should get a free machine. Just saying. Thanks for another great video. I agree with that. I'll take the machine if we sell 5 units. So you can answer that below if you want, Dr. Neil. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. It's been fun. And I will see y'all next week. Make sure you subscribe. Click that notification bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. I try to do every Sunday at around 5:30ish, but sometimes I'll do Friday. But if you're subscribed and you want to catch one of these live, if you're watching the recording and you want to ask questions to me live, I'll be happy to answer them. Just click the notification bell. You should get a notification a couple hours or a day before I go live, so you can make sure you have some free time to watch it with me or join me. So until then, I don't have an outro video. Yes, I do. Okay, here we go. Until next time, happy bending.